Welcome, everyone, to the L7C podcast, SummerSlam edition. We are going to be reviewing SummerSlam that just took place yesterday. We have Eric with us, the newbie, coming back. How are you doing today, sir?
Oh, I am ready, willing, and gabled to discuss SummerSlam with you fine gentlemen today.
We have the captain, Byron Mitchell. How are you doing today, sir?
Oh, I'm doing good. I can't wait to discuss a particular match.
Hope it's not the one I kept poking
we'll
you
get
about
there.
last night.
We have the producer is back with us on our wrestling pod, Justin Ackendale. How are you doing today, my man?
Doing great. Good Sunday action. SummerSlam was on Saturday. That was a little weird, but I was going to just, sit this one out. But so much shit happened on SummerSlam and this weekend in general. I had to run my mouth.
Hey. And then we got Mr. Consistent, Jacob Mason. How are you doing today, man?
I'm fucking annoyed, but I got 2 beers with me, so we'll see how this goes.
Good Bush Light.
First of all, this is Bush Apple. This is not just Bush Light. This is the Bush Apple.
That's fancy.
Proud sponsor of the show today.
Oh, Jesus. Disclaimer.
You got the fancy cheap beer. Okay.
So we are going to be reviewing SummerSlam in its entirety, going through the matches, what we thought. I know there's a lot of thoughts from a lot of people on here. But first, we are going to start off with Friday night. If you listen to our SummerSlam NXT AEW preview, we all said CM Punk needed to be there. Jacob, you stated that he needed to end the show. I know I stated that he needed to start the show, and he started the show. You heard the pop in his hometown, Chicago. Jacob, throwing it to you first, man. What was that moment for you like seeing CM Punk back in a wrestling ring?
That was fucking wild. That is a pop. That was the biggest pop of the weekend. Somehow 20,000 fans sounded louder than 51,000 fans. And damn, that was good. And the whole pop elevated too. So you hear his music. Before the music, everyone's chanting CM Punk. Music hit. Everybody's cheering. And then everyone it doesn't get quieter by any means, but just maybe just a little bit. But then once people actually see Punk, instead of like a lot of people thought they might get trolled by MJF, you actually see CM Punk walk out, and then the crowd gets louder. And then Punk grabs a mic and the crowd gets louder. It was fucking beautiful. God bless it. 7 years of a crowd chanting CM Punk, and he's actually there. That was a beautiful thing.
Justin, what'd you think about it, man, when you saw the video of Punk finally coming back to wrestling?
It was surreal because I didn't think I was ever going to see CM Punk inside a pro wrestling ring again. Any promotion, AEW, WWE. It was just, honest to God, surreal. I watched a couple of his matches this weekend, and the dude's a fucking legend, and it's honestly great to have him back. I hope AEW doesn't piss him off like Vince McMahon did.
Eric, what'd you think about it, seeing the video of Punk back?
Much like Justin, it was just unbelievable because the rumor was like he showed up in like some random indie show one time in a mask, hit someone with a GTS, and he always said that would be him coming back. He was never going to do a big show like that, and it was one of those things like you knew it was coming, but when he actually walked out on that stage, it was just surreal. And then him taking off the hoodie, doing the sitting, doing his own little pipe bomb kind of just going on. It was just like, I miss this.
Byron, what'd you think about it, man?
I got chills because I know me and you were like playing Avengers, so I had AEW on my laptop, and just seeing him come back was it's just surreal, like everyone else said. It's just weird, crazy to see him in a ring, but it's crazy to see him in a ring outside of WWE. Because I thought maybe one day that he would patch up things with WWE and he would return there. But just seeing him back is great. I had the promo muted, so I watched it yesterday. And just hearing him talk about his journey, it's great to see him back in. He called out Darby Allin, so that's going to be a good match to see at All Out, which is in September, and it's Chicago. So I'm excited to see that. But I'm happy Punk's back. Like I said on Twitter.
Do any of you guys know about I know Byron does because of favorite person of ours is Sasha. The wrestling show Heels coming out.
Oh yeah,
with Stephen Amell, Green Arrow. So they equated because CM Punk is on that show. So like doing the wrestling stuff on that show, quote unquote, bringing his love back to it. And since he's from Chicago and they had this stuff, and he copied Michael Jordan saying he's coming back with facts. It was the same thing when MJ kind of retired the first time, and he started playing pickup with like his friends and all that stuff. It's like, oh, I really want to come back to the game. Also, before anyone comes in our comments, CM Punk is not Michael Jordan. That's not the thing. But just making that comparison there, that maybe being on that show really brought his love back. And he threw his shade at WWE, saying he left at 05 wrestling, came back in 2021. Apparently, WWE is not professional wrestling. So Punk is back.
Sports entertainment.
That's true. That's true.
Punk told Ted Turner he wasn't in the wrestling business. He was in the entertainment business.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
yeah. Digging out that deep.
That is true, but it'll be interesting to see how it goes, how many dates he's going to be working, how long until he's wrestling Kenny Omega for the title at a big pay-per-view that we will get legally, Jacob, legally.
Yeah. I don't know why everyone's looking at me.
But good on Punk. Well, let's just get to SummerSlam, man. Saturday, Vegas. We're going to be going through the matches, how the matches were laid out on the Pro Wrestling scorecard. Shout out to them. If you're not hip to Pro Wrestling scorecards, they make any wrestling watch party significantly more funner. So we're just going to go through these matches, what we thought, and let's go from it. First match on the wrestling card that we had on the sheet. Start off with a gimme. Drew McIntyre versus Jinder Mahal. On our preview, we actually had some Jinder picks, and that was not the case. Justin, man, what'd you think of that match? The right person go over? Did you like it?
I didn't. I'm not even going to hold you. I didn't really give a fuck about that match. I knew Drew was going to win. He had no business losing to Jinder Mahal. So, yeah, I don't got too much on that one.
Fair enough. Eric?
I mean, yes, I was one of the people who was saying you can't hinder Jinder. Apparently you can. I knew this match was going to be a mess the second when I forget who was, I think it was Corey Graves was correcting the other announcer going, no, the reason the other guys aren't here because it's a part of the stipulation. Like, oh, they don't even know because they don't even care about this match. It was just a chance to get Drew to get that pop in front of a live crowd, which he deserved because his WrestleMania moment was taken from him last year. So it's good to see him get a win in front of a large crowd.
Jacob?
Oh, poor Jinder.
Poor Jinder.
Poor Jinder. This match is stupid. No one cared about this match. Somehow Drew McIntyre swinging a sword is okay though in WWE now. So I don't know. That's fucking stupid. No one cared about this match.
Byron?
I was one of those that, said don't hinder the Jinder, but I did switch for our pick'em sheet last night. I just knew Drew was going to win after taking some time to think about it, because I think the plan is to make him look powerful, maybe switch him to SmackDown and draft and have him face Roman Reigns. So he definitely needed this win more than Jinder. I mean, because WWE doesn't really care about Jinder until there's an India tour. So yeah, it was an okay match. I didn't really pay much attention to it, but good job, Drew.
I have nothing else to add. Everyone said everything I was going to say. So moving on. We had on this Eva Marie I'm calling her a real name, Piper, versus Alexa Bliss. Byron, Bliss came out on top. What do you think of this match? Did you care? How'd you feel about it?
I mean, I guess the Alexa Bliss gimmick is working now. I don't know what they're doing with that whole storyline. It's weird. The whole Dewdrop, Eva Marie, like, I don't know. It was a good match for what it was worth, but I feel like the build-up was just so you didn't really give two fucks about the match, honestly.
Justin?
But good job, Alexa.
Yeah, the match was trash. They're fucking ruining Alexa Bliss. I don't know what the hell they're doing with her. Eva Marie is just there, just a little bad bitch for no reason, just on the show, not contributing to anything. I didn't give a shit about this match either.
Eric?
This was a nice Monday Night Raw match. Why I got stuck on SummerSlam, I have no idea. The only real enjoyment was at the end where Piper finally got to get some of her revenge at the end by treating you the same way she's been treating her, which was nice, but it was pointless.
Jacob?
Yeah, it was dumb. It's a dumb match. It's a pointless match. The highlight of the match, of course, was Piper Niven at the end coming out and saying, well, making fun of Eva Marie, But it kind of, I was like, why the hell wouldn't you come out and she was like, hey, you know what? Screw you. My name's not Dewdrop, it's Piper. Kiss my ass. And like, just move on. I don't know. I don't know why they didn't do that. It's pretty dumb. Just like the rest of the show, but continue on. That's about it.
Only thing I had left to add that you guys said was Eva Marie was on the main card and the women's tag team champions were not. Mandy Rose was not. There was a whole bunch of dudes who weren't. So that was, like Eric said, this should have been on Raw, but thinking how the women tag team champs weren't on the card, but Eva Marie were, that's kind of sad.
Well, aren't they injured? Isn't Natalya
Natty
injured?
came back on Friday.
Yeah, Natty came back on Friday.
Oh.
Apparently she sprained something in her ankle.
You know what? Screw it. Eva Marie is more popular than Tamina and Natty. Natty's a $1 bill.
Ooh,
Never forget.
Nope. Foreshadowing what I'm going to bring up later in the episode. $1 bill. Next match on the PW score sheet card. We're just going to keep going through them. Edge versus Seth Rollins. Edge came out on top. I think we can all agree Edge's entrance was pretty heat.
Yes.
Oh, Eric, did you not like Edge's entrance?
Oh no, I was going. I see what you did there.
Oh, but Eric, we'll start with you, man. How'd you feel about this match?
Oh, it was the match of the night. This was the match I was looking forward to the most. The fact that they added the whole Brood thing with all this just put it over the top. I wish Gangrel could have shown up for that entrance. I mean, he lives in Vegas. I don't know, maybe he's pissed off Vince, but no, it was a great match. Love the story they told. I love Edge busting out the glam slam.
Yep.
Thought that was a nice touch. And I just love the ending because I love, when it's like, here, I'm just going to smash your face into the mat until you tap out kind of thing. Great match. I loved it. Match of the night.
Justin?
Definitely a highlight of the show. Edge's entrance, that Brood music is goated. Definitely an underrated theme song of the Attitude Era, in my opinion. But yeah, the match was awesome. Thought Seth was going to come out with the win, but Edge was due. He was definitely due. He went through the Roman gauntlet. So yeah, great match.
Jacob?
Once again, great entrance. Love the entrance. Didn't care for the ending. Thought the wrong person went over, and that's about it.
You thought Seth should have went over?
Yeah, I still think Seth should have went over, but it is what it is. Vince
Byron.
logic all throughout this show.
I love the entrance, just the flames coming up and coming from the ground, just the music. Just great. His ring attire looked great. Seth knows. They put on a hell of a match. It is actually one of my favorite matches of the night as well. I did like the ending, how Seth went for the curb stomp and Edge reversed it. I think it was a nice reversal. It's just a great match. I think Edge definitely deserved the win because the whole storyline, like, you try to end my career, now I get my revenge. I think it was a nice touch and a nice way to end that storyline. But we'll see where both superstars go from here. I have no idea what's next for either of them. So
next up on the card was AJ Styles and Omos versus RK-Bro. RK-Bro won on the RKO. I think everyone pretty much saw that one coming. So Byron, we're just going to stay with you. How did you feel about that match?
I thought it was a good match, a good opening match to SummerSlam. RK-Bro, I picked them to win. I thought actually Riddle was going to pin AJ, but they went with, Randy pin AJ. So I think hopefully we'll see a good tag team reign out of them. Eventually one of them's going to turn on the other one. So we're just waiting to see when that happens. It'll probably be Randy turn on Riddle.
Jacob?
I actually really enjoyed this match. This is probably, from beginning to end, I think the right people went over. Really glad to see RKBro win. This is probably my favorite match of the night, honestly. And throughout it all, this is probably my favorite.
Justin.
Good, nice little fun match to start off the show. I thought Styles and Omos were going to win, but then I heard like the crowd behind RK-Bro, and then like when the match was going on, you knew that it was going to be Randy and Riddle. So I thought it was a good match. I don't have any complaints about it.
Eric.
Solid match, great opening match. It's what you need for an opening match. Get a happy ending, get the audience into it, because like Justin said, you could tell the audience was literally eating out of the hands of RK-Bro, especially later in that interview with Mario Lopez when Randy even said RK-Bro. Like how over that is getting is just, it was good.
Shout out to them. Eric, we're going to stay with you on the other tag team match. We had the Usos versus Mysterios. Usos came out on top. I don't think this was a shocker to most people as well. What do you think of the match?
The better of the tag team matches, I thought. I love the Mysterios coming out in the Macho Man inspired gear. I thought that was great. And it's the Usos and the Mysterios. Yeah, we could probably see them wrestle 50 times, and each time it's going to be a great match because they just have that chemistry, and the Usos are probably the best tag team in professional wrestling right now. So just the right team won. It was great to see, and yeah, it was good times.
Byron.
I enjoyed the match as well. I think it was another solid tag team championship match. I picked the Usos to win. So I think it was a good match. Right people should have won. We'll see, what happens with the Mysterios if they break up, because I heard that might be a storied rumor. So we'll see.
Justin.
The Usos are kin of the tribal chief, so the outcome of the match was not in doubt.
Ditto. Jacob.
This match is fucking dumb, predictable, and who the fuck cares about this match? Honestly, who cares? I can't go into this match and believe like, oh my god, I think it's the Mysterios time. I think they came out, having them come out in the Trix Yogurt ass pink Starburst bullshit outfit. Coming out to that, I think it was fucking dumb. I think this match was fucking dumb. I think the writers are fucking dumb. I thought this was a stupid match. I wasn't a fan.
Well, going to a match where I think a majority of people, what I've seen on the Twitterverse, didn't care about this next one. I feel bad for the guy. Sheamus versus Damian Priest. Priest went over. I think we all saw that coming, but gosh, the crowd was not into that match. Jacob, what did you think of that match?
All right, so the match was fine. I'm a fan of Damian Priest, so glad to see him go over. What pissed me off, though, wasn't the match. It was after the fucking match. With whoever is doing these backstage interviews, why the fuck do we have Mario Lopez? Then we have whoever the fuck this other person is come out. It doesn't even get the championship right. Doesn't even say the right
national championship.
It was Tiffany Haddish. Yeah,
right, well, Tiffany Haddish is a fucking dumbass. I don't even know who the fuck she is.
She's a
Tiffany Haddish.
She's fucking terrible. Why the fuck is she? Why are we paying her to be there when we let go of all these other fucking people? Get out of here with that bullshit. But coming out and saying like, "Oh, the national champion." What the fuck is this trash? Like, congratulations, Damian Priest. You won your first major singles run title. I'm not even going to call it the right fucking thing. We can't even hire a person to call it the right fucking thing. What the dumb? Fucking dumb. Fucking dumb. It was dumb. Not a fan.
Well, you're probably not going
to get in the beer when that shit happened because I didn't even see all that shit.
Yeah, Tiffany Haddish messed it up. We were here watching it with the group. We were just like, the United, what?
National.
We were just like, national champion. We were just like,
fuck out of here.
Yeah, that was bad. But Justin, what'd you think of the match?
I liked the match. I was drinking during the pay-per-view, so the crowd reaction was not really phasing me. I enjoyed the match. They told a nice little good story. Damian Priest ripped that mask off of him. Shit, I thought Sheamus was going to win when he hit that bro kick with Damian Priest midair. I thought it was a nice little mid-card match. I liked it.
Eric?
Oh, it was a solid mid-card match. I just wish the audience was into it as much as me and it looks like Justin were as well. And the exact moment, like when he ripped off the face mask, I thought it was great selling by Sheamus. Like, how dare you? You stole my power from me. Something like that. The way he was selling it was great. And the right guy won.
Yeah, it was a good match.
Byron?
I said on the podcast, at the end of the podcast, if Sheamus wins, I riot. I don't have to riot. Good job, Vince, for picking the right guy to win. Damian Priest. Hopefully they'll push him to the moon.
The fucking moon.
Title win. To the fucking moon. Now the build up to this match was a little weird. It's just a random Raw. So, Sheamus, you've been a bully. I'm going to challenge you for the United States Championship now. So I think the build-up could have been more. I thought it was a solid mid-card match. I'm happy the crowd was not behind it for some reason, but I thought it was a hard-hitting, solid match.
We're going to flip the order around because I want to do these two matches back-to-back. So we're going to talk about, and Justin, you are going first, Bobby Lashley versus Goldberg.
Yes!
Bobby came out on top in the weirdest of fashions. Haven't seen if Goldberg was actually legitimately hurt or if they're using this for story purposes so Goldberg could get a rematch at Royal Rumble or something like that. But Justin, your man Goldberg, floor is yours.
If you guys listen to the Royal Rumble preview, the world knows how I feel about Bill Goldberg. I think he sucks, to be quite honest with you. I don't know how a man who has been in the business for 20 plus years is so bad at wrestling and still gets opportunity after opportunity to suck in front of millions of people all the goddamn time. I do not understand it. Why Goldberg gets so many opportunities. He's not the opportunity like Charlotte Flair. He's not putting on great matches like my bitch Charlotte Flair. So I don't understand why Goldberg gets so much clout. I told everyone in the L7C in our group messages, if Goldberg would have won that match, if he would have won that match, we would have boycotted WWE. We would have not put out WWE content until I was satisfied. And the right man went over. I don't know. The match was god awful. The crowd felt the same way that I did about Goldberg. So I got the outcome I wanted, but I'm just so sick of seeing Bill Goldberg on WWE television. Quite frankly, I've had enough of it.
At the time of when Justin said that text, it was before, to connect another thing, how, OnlyFans is making their ban on pornography. Justin was going to ban WWE on our thing, and we would have lost a third of our fan base. So, we would have been starving for listeners on that. But does anyone have anything else they want to add to Justin's thing? I think Justin covered the match pretty well. But if anyone has anything else to add, go ahead.
I would just love to say I love the audience during this match. They told Vince exactly what he needed to hear, that the fact that almighty Bobby Lashley can get cheered for beating up a 14-year-old, which is a felony for assaulting a minor, and that was getting over, just to let you know how much they hate Bill Goldberg in these opportunities, was amazing. Also at the same time, like after they realized, oh wait, he just beat up a 14-year-old, they stopped cheering. And then MVP once again being the MVP, grabbing the mic. Hey, just so you know, there was no way he could have known. He's still the champion, though. I'm out.
Yeah, I think Bobby sold that very well, and so did MVP. Just saying, oh, he didn't know that was Bill Goldberg's son, but we're out.
It's a train wreck.
I mean, the match was
terrible. It was terrible.
It was a train wreck. I don't know why Goldberg had to be dominant for so much of that match until he got injured.
Did you see how long it took him to sell that
and then Bobby just
shot
took
to his
over.
knee from
the cane shot?
Yes.
From like 4 seconds. He's like, oh shit,
Yeah.
I gotta sell
like-
this. Oh, hobble.
Right. And then Bobby just took over after that. It was weird. Then the ref called the match. I don't. If you want Bobby to be a dominant champion, Bobby needed to look dominant against Bill Goldberg. And I don't know if he accomplished that. I definitely think he should have won definitively, not Goldberg's injured, so we can't continue the match.
I know why Bill Goldberg didn't win. I can tell y'all right now. Because Goldberg didn't have his Goldberg sparklers in his entrance. Where the fuck was my Goldberg sparklers? God damn it. There's one thing I want to see this 40-year-old man do is inhale a bunch of smoke to hopefully end his career sooner. But God.
That nigga is 50. He is not in his 40s. He is
He's 50.
54 if we looked up his age yesterday.
54,
and the stadium told WWE no pyro tonight.
What?
Yeah, that's why no one had any pyro. It was only just the smoke effects.
Son of a bitch.
They closed the roof in there? That's whack. Shame on you, Stadium.
Oh yeah, we'll have to talk about Allegiant Stadium like after, because there was a whole. It was the peacock of stadiums.
Justin, anything else you want to add on? Billy Boy, before we move on.
I do, man. Like, I just don't understand why that match was fucking 7 minutes long, too. Like, it wasn't the shortest match, but like, it was too long for Bill Goldberg. Like, we all know this man can do his work in 5 minutes or less. Anything over 5 minutes, it's going to suck. Like, they should have seen this coming. They should have known that, like, Bill Goldberg doesn't have it anymore. I mean, he's been doing it for so long, and the man hasn't getting better. He's the Ben Simmons of professional wrestling. He sucks.
All right.
Wow.
Damn.
Ooh.
Ben Simmons of professional wrestling.
It's the older version. All right. I wanted to do these next two back to back because we're going to be talking both about them at the same time, basically, because I know Byron has some things to say. So we had the women's triple threat. It was Nikki, almost superhero as a champ, Rhea Ripley, and then Charlotte Flair. And then we also had the Bianca Belair versus Sasha Banks match. So for the Bianca versus Sasha one, promoted all the way to the start of the match, and Sasha did not come out. Carmella came out. No one made a sound, which is bad.
Oh, no, there's booing. You can hear it.
Oh, our TV, we didn't hear any. Like, we just looked at the crowd. It looked stunned because we were just like, oh, well, this sucks. And then Byron stood up, had a big let's fucking go because the man's music came on. Becky Lynch made her triumphant return. She basically just hoed Carmella, told her to get out. And then it was Bianca Belair versus Becky Lynch. In the women's triple threat, let's just get Charlotte Flair won. She made the champ tap out. And then Becky Lynch beat Bianca in 26 seconds. And they both became the new champs. And the reason I'm saying both at the same time is because from my point, it's going to make sense. But you guys can talk about the matches the way you want to talk about them. So Byron, who do you want to start off with? Becky coming back, or you want to start off with Charlotte winning?
So we all know I'm a big Becky Lynch stan. I actually said on the podcast last episode, Becky, please come back. We need you. She came back. I was fucking pumped. I stood up, said, let's fucking go to the top of my lungs. I probably scared everybody in that goddamn house. But I was excited. And then when she basically beat Bianca Belair in 26 seconds, I was...
Well, you didn't even see the match. You looked... Well, Byron didn't even see the match. Like, after he said the let's fucking go, he sat down, looked at his phone, looked up, the match was over.
Yeah, because I looked down to tweet something that Becky Lynch was back. I look up and she's a new champion. I'm like, what the hell just happened? I don't understand Vince's logic. Like, I love Becky Lynch. Don't get me wrong. If she wanted to come back and win the championship, that's all good. I just would have liked the match to be longer because Bianca deserves all the time in the world because she has been a fantastic superstar since she debuted last year and during Survivor Series, has just shot through the roof, won at WrestleMania, first won the Royal Rumble, then beat Sasha at WrestleMania, had a fantastic match with Sasha Banks at WrestleMania, probably my favorite match of WrestleMania, this past WrestleMania. To get hold like that was ridiculous. You shouldn't have your champion lose in 26 seconds. Like, I don't care if it's Charlotte winning a championship. You don't want your champion to look weak like that. So I get it that they wanted Becky Lynch to come back since Sasha couldn't be there. I just would have liked the match to be way longer. I'm sure they could have put on a clinic. Even Becky said, hey, why don't we put on a show and then end there in 26 seconds. I wasn't a fan of the match. Like I said, I'm happy that Becky has returned. Hopefully we'll get a better rematch at Extreme Rules. I'm thinking it's going to be at Extreme Rules. But yeah, that is my thoughts on the Becky Lynch return / match.
This is just open for anyone about the match, the squash. What did you guys think? Just anyone can just go.
Oh, I was pissed. I was beyond pissed. To the point where I don't even know if I want to cover WWE shit anymore on the podcast. Like, I might just be the AEW guy. Fuck it. I'm going to go ahead and just say this fucking hot take, and I really don't give a shit who agrees and who doesn't. These two matches were such fucking hot garbage that it made the AEW's women division look fucking good. Both these matches were fucking dumb. All of it. Every part of this. None of this was good. Both matches, this match, the other match, who the fuck cares? This was fucking dumb. Fucking Bianca Belair, the fucking absolute fucking workhorse. How the fuck do you fucking goddamn just squash her in 26 seconds? What? How does this make any good booking sense? How does this propel Bianca Belair? Because even when you lose, you should still win. You still should be able to slingshot into the next thing. What'd you do? This bitch got fiended. That's exactly what happened. She got fiended. That's simple. This was dumb.
Anything you want to add to that, Justin?
I mean, it's just honestly. Actually, before I get started, what was wrong with Sasha? Was she like hurt or something? Like, what was the deal with that?
Well, I actually have something. Well, because I've been actually thinking about this for a bit, because I saw this on from IGN, and this also kind of goes with the way John Cena was also wrestling, and I want to talk about that stuff later. But Mandalorian season 3 started filming. Sasha Banks is in The Mandalorian. Remember, she missed the Royal Rumble and nobody knew why until you found out she was in The Mandalorian. But some people are saying that she's injured. Some people are saying it's because of filming for stuff. Because, also with like Cena and like, if you start filming for stuff, they have that in like, you can't be out there getting hurt because you cost like the industry millions of dollars. And Justin, this is why I hate Disney. So, so if Disney, if it is because she had to go do stuff for Mandalorian, whatever, if she's hurt, or which would make no sense. She was literally there 2 weeks ago. If it's one of the two, that's probably why. Because I did see that it was filming and she was scheduled to return in that. So
yeah, the whole thing was shocking. I had no idea where the fuck Sasha was, and then Carmella came out, and I knew when she came out, I'm like, all right, there's no way we're getting Bianca and fucking Carmella. Like, absolutely not. And then Becky comes out. I'm like, oh shit, cool. Like, we good. And then the match starts. I'm like, I don't understand why we're giving Becky Lynch fucking Brock Lesnar treatment. Like, I mean, shit, if she doesn't have a bloody nose, she's not even the man. Like, I think Becky Lynch is a little overrated. No way that she should have got squashed anyone in 26 seconds. You're a champ that you've been building since last year's Survivor Series. She wins the Royal Rumble. You put her on a pedestal, shoot her to the moon, put the title on her, and wins at WrestleMania. She's been doing media for you guys and all this shit. And then as soon as Becky Lynch comes, oh, nah, Bianca, you gotta go to the back. It was bullshit. Like, nah, like fuck that shit.
Justin, what you said with the Becky was overrated. I mean,
overrated.
it's one of the dates I had listed down for May 7th, 2021, when we discussed the top 50 women's list of all time, and Becky was third. And that was overrated. She's not the third best women's wrestler of all time in WWE. So, but hey, I'm going to have Eric say something. Eric, go ahead and talk about it before we go to the other one, before I actually have a rant on this shit. I actually won't lie.
Right. Allow me.
Oh God! Hey, don't do this shit, bro. Don't do this shit, bro. I thought I liked you, man. Don't do it.
I am. Here's the thing. If you you know what Eric Bischoff says, controversy creates cash. So let's have a little fun here. I'm going to play devil's advocate here. Yeah, it did suck that Bianca lost. Now, would it have made a difference? It was a 20-second match, a 5-minute match, 10-minute match. Becky was showing up. She was going to win. That was the big surprise. Yeah, it sucked that she got honky tonk man in this situation. And then she became the quickest at losing a title. But here's the thing. Because I know the comparison to Kofi. I know in how it looks and all that. I get that comparison. I totally understand. But here's the major difference, though. That the Kofi getting buried was the end of a storyline. This is the beginning of a new storyline. It's going to be setting up Bianca versus Becky. This is something that can make them money for months. That's a storyline you can tell. And because here's the best part too, because how it played out, I just rewatched it before we recorded here, just so I could see how the audience was reacting, because these sound pretty split on this too. And the way they were both selling everything, you could easily make either of them the heel, which would make the other one the top baby face. Because you can either have heel Bianca, which I think is she does better work as a heel. Back in her days in NXT showed that. Because you try to push heel Becky Lynch, that's not going to work. But you can at least do tweener Becky Lynch. Or you could have like a Stone Cold Bret Hart where you had the double switch, the double turn, like in WrestleMania 13. That's why I think it's a rough start. I am not going to disagree with that, but it could lead to something good
so
down the road.
It has to be Becky and Bianca for the rest of the year.
Yeah, you could have this feud last out until Royal Rumble. Because here's the other thing you got to remember with Bianca, they built her up strong. You guys can double check this, but I think she only lost one time on TV during her entire reign, and it was like mixed tag with her and Cesaro versus Bailey and Seth Rollins, and it was just the surprise roll, the most devastating move in all of sports entertainment, to quote Simon Miller. But I mean, she did look strong. But I mean, again, you could sell this. Her motivation could be Icarus. She flew too high to the sun, and then she got burned. She easily could have told Becky no last night. But again, this is going to be. It's not the end of the story. It's the start of the story. So this match is going to be judged on how the rest of the story goes. That's what I'm looking forward to seeing.
Well, does anyone have any retorts before we go to the triple threat? Because I'm waiting because my points are going to be for both matches. So
I think I left on nothing. Oh, go ahead, Byron.
I think they can build a storyline off of this. It's just a rough. Yeah, it's just sucks the way it started, but there is potential. Because they are both mega stars. Like Becky says, she is the most over woman in the division, which I absolutely agree with. We can see back to the Money Bank between Charlotte and Rhea, how the crowd was chanting for Becky. So there's potential for them both to have a great storyline. I just, personally, I didn't like the way it started, and I'm a big Becky Lynch fan, but I'm also a big Bianca Belair fan. I just would have like I said, I would have just liked the match to be longer because I know they probably could have tore the house down. So I guess I'm waiting for that match for them to tear the house down. So we'll see if it does come.
All right. Well, we're gonna go to triple threat because I'm itching to make my points about these matches. Justin, floor is yours. Triple threat. Go ahead. The Queen.
Well, the Queen has done it again. I love Charlotte, so I don't mind seeing her win, but I like seeing the business of striving. I like seeing wrestling being good. But the wrong person went over. Charlotte should not have won that match. I think Rhea should have went over. I think if Nikki AHA was going to end up losing the SummerSlam match, I don't understand why she even cashed in the fucking first place. She could have kept that damn briefcase, and that could have been like looming over storylines for months to come, and they just wasted it haphazardly like this. It's an odd decision. It's weird, but shout out to the Queen.
I already know Jacob just said both matches fucking suck. So Jacob, do you have anything to add to that before I ask the others?
Yeah, I mean, all right, so at our house last night, it was me and my wife. We had two of our friends over. We were watching SummerSlam. Now, my friends, they quit watching WWE because it turned to shit. But, we had it on, so we're watching. But we were all four laughing our asses off because how many moves did Charlotte Flair completely miss? And no amount of camera angles could make it look good or make her look good. It looks so bad. This match was trash. Charlotte's trash. Fuck dumb. I'm done.
Eric?
I disagree. I thought it was a great match. Now, what I will agree on the ending, the wrong person won only because we want to talk of burials from last night. It wasn't Bianca that got buried. It was Nikki ASS who got buried as fuck last night. She tapped clean in the middle of the ring after Let's see, she had less than 50-50 booking in between the time she cashed in and SummerSlam. So she looked like a weak champ going into this. Now, there was some cool spots like with them literally using her as a weapon. But again, that just shows just how weak they made the champion look. So that was the burial last night to me, was Nikki ASH. I mean, even the crowd was turning on her the second she came out. So
Byron.
Charlotte Flair.
Ignorant Charlotte.
The bane of my existence. She won. Was probably the least surprising thing of the night. I picked Nikki ASH to win on our pick'em sheet. Gave her a good 7 points. That was a wrong thing to do, because Vince loves Charlotte, and Charlotte loves to be a champion, even though I don't think she needs any more championships anymore, whatever. I thought it was actually, there were some good parts of that match. Like Eric said, them using Nikki as a weapon. That springboard moonsault Charlotte did off of the top rope to the outside was fantastic. I know
he about killed Nikki Cross, right? So I'm not giving her kudos on that springboard moonsault. That was fucking terrible, just like she is. Continue on.
Oh my God, your hate for Charlotte. It's fucking making me. It's quite frankly making me sick, Jacob. God damn.
Oh, sorry, buddy. I apologize. Charlotte's trash.
I mean, hey, she's doing her job right, because you and Byron can't stand her.
Cannot stand her. But I will give her props when they are due. Like that moonsault twirly thing I thought looked fantastic. I think Nikki ASH should have won. Because why make her the champion in the first place? Why have her cash in if you're just going to say, oh, you're going to lose in SummerSlam? They should have just kept the championship on Charlotte and have her just continue to be champion through SummerSlam. I don't understand why they wasted the Money in the Bank briefcase on Nikki ASH, why they made us believe in her as a superhero. Like, I picked her because she got basically destroyed on Raw. She lost to Rhea, and then she lost that tag team match with her and Rhea and Nia and Charlotte. So I thought, she did the job on Monday, so they're going to reward her and have her win the championship on Saturday, which was the absolute wrong pick of me to make. I don't understand why they don't want to build a future women's division when the 4 horsewomen eventually retire. Because right now, if all the 4 horsewomen left today,
Byron, ooh, you have that just say. Nope. That just segued into my point.
And everyone else.
Because that is a perfect segue to what I've been waiting to say.
I'm not going to say the women's division is trash right now, but I think they need to stop relying on the 4 horsewomen to get everything done. Like, again, I'm a big Becky Lynch fan. It's time to start building for the future, because Becky Lynch just had a kid. I'm sure Sasha, Bailey, and Charlotte eventually want to have kids. So how do you build the future if you keep relying on the past, so to speak? But I don't think Charlotte should have won.
All right. My turn. So I actually have a whole bunch of notes, and it's from these 2 matches and from us, the L7C podcast. First off, and this is going back all the way to 2020. Jacob, who was the first person who texted you after War Games and Survivor Series that Bianca Belair needs to win the Royal Rumble?
That was you.
First person to put it out there. That was me, before any of these other
hands down, Twitter verified. That was you, sir.
Correct. 120, and that was on 11/27/2020. One of my favorite podcasts we've done this year, 1/28/2021, with Byron, Justin, Jacob, and myself. Royal Rumble preview. I went off that Bianca Belair needs to win the Rumble. Everyone else agreed with me. And then we go to the Royal Rumble review that we had, 2/4/2021. Bianca, Rhea, Charlotte were the final 3. We all made the comparisons to Rhea and Bianca being the final 2 to a Royal Rumble back in 2005 of a John Cena and Batista being the final two. And we thought that was going to be the new era. We thought they were going to do the John Cena Batista thing with these women. Before we get to WrestleMania, Jacob, 3/4/2021, the Build Your Women's Team controversy that we talked about, how all those women were bitching that they were 1-pointers and the 4 horsewomen were 5 and 4-pointers with Asuka. Remember those times? And they're like, oh, I'm not a 1-pointer. Well, if last night didn't fucking show you, you're probably like 0.5, then you need to apologize to fucking Fox because they got all those women's stats right. So, oh yeah, I am fucking livid. So I had to get all of our things.
Let's go.
4/16/2021, WrestleMania happened. All of us on the L7C podcast were right. Rhea won. Bianca won. We have the Cena and Batista of the women's division, the new era, taking over. Next day, Rhea, Bianca, and Raquel Gonzalez holding their titles. Everyone is tweeting the new era. I have the screenshots from WWE. The new era is here to stay. Watch out. Then 7/16/2021.
Sounds like they forgot.
Dustin, but you know me and screenshots, I never forget. So then 5/21, the top 50 women of all time, and the 4 horsewomen all in the top 10, rightfully so. Becky was 3, never should have been fucking 3rd. We're gonna keep going. Jacob, 7/16/2021. It was the 4 horsewomen, 6-year anniversary in the company. And we did the stats on how many titles those 6 have had compared to the rest of history, which was astonishing. And we all said, me and you said, when the 4 horsewomen want their fucking titles back, they're getting their fucking titles back. And what happened the next week?
They got their fucking titles back.
Rhea took that pin not even a pin, submitted at Money in the Bank. 1, 2, 3. Charlotte was the first to get the title back. Then Byron covered the cash in, all good. But then SummerSlam comes. As Jacob just said, when the horsewomen want their titles, they get their fucking titles. WWE on SmackDown, 4 horsewomen. On Raw, 4 horsewomen. If Sasha wasn't hurt, she probably was going to win because you got to have 4 horsewomen running the shows. Bayley got hurt, which probably was another thing, Byron, that also, if Bayley's hurt, Sasha's gone for whatever reasons, probably sped up Becky coming back because you can't have when you need at least 2 4 horsewomen on deck.
Yeah, you can't possibly build a fucking roster.
They can't, but those other women said they were more than 3-pointers. Oh, well, hold on. To your point, why hasn't Shayna Baszler been a number 1 contender? I mean, I could keep going. Like there's a
I have
list.
no idea.
No, it was once, and that was
number 1 contender
main
once.
COVID, and she almost killed Liv Morgan and scared the hell out of all of us in that Elimination Chamber thing, and she should have won. But who won that title match? And then who did she give the title to after she had to go for pregnancy?
Asuka.
Jacob, what do we say around here
She won
when
the
it comes to
ladder
women?
match.
4 horsewomen, Asuka, no one else fucking matters. Period.
Yeah.
Point blank. We're all fucking idiots if we didn't pick Charlotte because our own fucking podcast for years not even years because we're not even a year old, but for months have told you don't bet against the 4 horsewomen. We're idiots to think so. They're both going to hold the titles. I'm saying it right now. Sasha Banks or Bayley is going to win the Royal Rumble and is going to challenge one of the other 2. And then whoever doesn't win the Royal Rumble is challenging the other one at WrestleMania. Just book it now.
Yep. Safe bet.
Tell me right now, who else could win the Royal Rumble besides one of them? And no Asuka.
Well,
I'm trying to think.
No one, because they don't know how to fucking build future stars.
Here comes the plug.
Fucking, if we can possibly get maybe Tessa Blanchard, that might be an option, but I highly doubt that's happening. Please continue on. We got our plug for the day.
I'm just saying, Justin, am I wrong?
There's at this point, there's no point of even trying to argue with the facts you just laid out. There's no point in arguing. It is their damn show.
I can't believe I
super detailed and everything.
I can't believe I argued with our own podcast. Our podcast has been telling us don't bet against them. And I picked Nikki. Listen, also, this is
you bet Nikki Ash?
Because listen,
I did.
Hold on, because I was like everyone else. I needed an upset. It's like March Madness. You have to pick one upset, and I lost my fucking title on this upset. So I'm not happy about it. But on a serious note, and Jacob, I know me and you have the same hate and passion for this. When the fucking champion comes out first.
God damn it. You
already know. Like when Bianca came out, we're like, we don't give a fuck who she's wrestling. She's losing. She came out first. When Nikki came out first, we were just like, damn. Let alone, we all thought on the podcast, Rhea was going to take the pin. The champ tapped out. And it's just like, and Charlotte Flair right now, because, I was bitching at WWE's Twitter for like 3 months. They finally corrected her title reigns. So now she's at 12. So she's tied with Hulk Hogan for the 5th most individual of all time. So thank you, WWE, for listening to me, because I was bitching at y'all for counting her NXT titles, but no one else. So thank you. But I mean, just don't bet against the 4 horsewomen. It's really that simple. And when Sasha and Bayley win the Royal Rumble because they throw fucking Tegan Nox over, and then Fox does a build your own.
No, it's not Tegan Nox. It's just Nox now.
Oh
no, they've called her Tegan.
Oh, have they? Wow, they don't even know how to.
I'm just saying, book it now. One of them is winning. There is no other woman. I would have said, to shoot it back to our earlier parts of this, Justin, if they weren't fucking around with Alexa Bliss, she'd be another one, but she ain't winning that fucking Royal Rumble. To do what?
Oh, they're ruining her week by week.
So, I mean, when I saw Charlotte win, I was just like, wow. And then all the social media, the machine, Becky and Charlotte back on top. I'm like, okay.
Because that's their Survivor Series match right there.
Oh, yeah. They'll do it. Yeah. Bayley.
That's going to get asses.
Well, I already have my prediction for what's going to happen in the Survivor Series too. So, I mean,
I smell what you're cooking.
I mean, it is what it is. Like, there's nothing that I listed out that is not accurate. Like, I had to this was the only thing I took notes, listened to all of our previous shit from like the bits and hot takes, because they are entertaining. Make sure you listen to our episodes, by the way. But there's nothing else that we haven't talked about these women. So,
I only got one name that could possibly win, but I gotta wait to see what
Raquel
happens
Gonzalez?
tonight on NXT.
Oh, get the fuck out of here! Get the fuck! This is fucking bland ass fucking champion. You think he's going to take Charlotte? Get the fuck out of here, Eric. I like you.
She's big. She's Hispanic, and she's gonna fill that role for Vince.
Listen, if fucking Bianca Belair is getting squashed, Raquel is getting squashed. She's going to fill the squash role.
I mean, I thought Shayna Blazer would have been pushed to the moon by now, and that ain't happening.
Yes!
So there's no hope. There's no hope for any of them. Honestly.
No, Shayna never had a chance because she is not considered physically beautiful in the face. I guarantee it. That's why.
Hold on.
I've had friends tell me she's a very handsome woman, which is an insult to her.
Like to look at Eric
many
levels. His future endeavors here at the L7C.
I mean, he does bring brings up a point.
If you mean to tell me you don't think that's what Vince is thinking,
are y'all fucking
you need
kidding?
to get out.
Oh my god!
Get off this.
Oh my god! Okay.
If you think Vince is just in there going, no, these are the 4. No, you.
We have to go by Vince logic. You know,
fucking Byron.
Like, we know she's a dominant superstar. Like, we know that she should have been champion. She should have pinned Becky at WrestleMania.
Becky even admitted that she should have won that match. But
nope. I have a problem because to previous L7C episodes, Jacob, how many times have we said if Mandy Rose was an average wrestler, she'd be a champion for 2 years?
Oh, that's been said a lot here on the L7C.
I mean, I can name a whole bunch of pretty people right now who are not fucking champs. So, they're not four horsewomen either. That's what it's coming down to. If you don't can't put up that 4, get the fuck out the door. Point blank. Period. On to the main event.
Bars.
Thanks for everybody. I like it.
Can't put up the 4. Get the fuck out the door. It's just what it is. Pro Wrestling Tees. If you hear that, subscribe to the L7C, please.
Bars.
All right. So main event: Roman Reigns with Paul Heyman, the Tribal Chief, versus John Cena. This was the main event of the night, the build-up. I actually think they ruined the build-up on Friday when Roman said that if I lose, I'm leaving WWE. And we all knew you weren't going to lose, but you even saying that really took everything out of it. I think the match was for what it was. Obviously, I mean, the way Cena was wrestling really made me think of the movie like deals and TV shit, because when The Rock got hurt in 2013, that slowed production for his movies and they were pissy at him for coming back to wrestle. So I think that's for all wrestlers now, that you can't wrestle a certain way. But the right person won. I mean, that's all I have to say about that. My favorite part of the match is at the beginning when John Cena said, "This match ain't about you, just listen to the crowd, it's about me." And it wasn't wrong from a crowd perspective, but that's it. Anything else?
I enjoyed the match. I think the way Cena wrestled and tried to do the roll up so many times, I think that actually helped push that storyline of I just need to survive for 1, 2, 3. So I think that was a good storyline perspective from John's end. I think, there were some good spots like that. AA through the table. He took that clean. It was a great AA spot. The Super AA, another good spot. I thought he was actually going to do the move he did against AJ and roll him over and do another AA. But, like you said, the right person won. Shouts to Roman, I guess. The head of the table.
Our tribal chief.
The tribal chief. Acknowledge him.
Jacob. Yeah, it's going to be hard to not have a crowd behind a Cena match. I mean, Jacob.
Let's put some respect.
Actually, have Justin.
Excuse me, Justin.
Let's put some respect on Roman Reigns' name. People hate him. They were alive for him too.
Okay. Anyway, but
he starts talking that good shit. They get the boo.
That is true. That is get to the boom. But the beginning when
Roman played his part too. Like they
made Roman look like $1 million bucks, which was the point. But I'm.
His mid-match promos was
too.
hilarious.
I love when he starts talking shit.
But anything else, Eric, Jacob, Justin, on this? Because there are some other stuff I actually want to talk about, because this women shit does have me hot. So I have another thing up.
Let me run my notes.
Nice. No, I agree with you when you said that they ruined this match on Friday night when he said, "If I lose, I'm leaving WWE." I was like, well, there's no point in even. You just telegraphed the ending there. But Roman was great. He played his roles. It was weird seeing Cena with his bald spot shown in the back. Like that's like the first time I noticed that. I was like, oh.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and say my piece right now. This was hands down the most cringiest fucking match I've ever watched in modern WWE history. Holy grab your crotchness. Let's fucking talk about it. Let's talk about how many times John Cena decided to grab the fucking dick of Roman Reigns. He wasn't grabbing for the brass ring. He was grabbing for that dick. This was awkward. This was super awkward the whole time. But we're all sitting in my living room going, what the hell is Cena doing? Going for the roll up or whatever the hell he was doing. This was, god damn, that was weird. And thankfully, I wasn't the only one. We weren't the only one seeing it, because when I messaged the group, you guys were saying there was someone else at your guys' place saying the same shit.
Our My Hero podcast person, Andrea, was the one saying it.
Shout out, Andrea. So, also, can we talk about, and this is once again another problem with WWE, this shit is predictable. Mr. I'm going to leave if I don't win. Oh no, don't threaten me with a good time, Roman. Oh no. Like, this shit's dumb. Who's the writers? Whoever Vince is hiring as the writers right now needs to be fired and thrown in a river. This shit's dumb.
Side note, did love John Cena's shirt with the back having all his title reigns.
Oh, fuck that. Let's talk about that fucking shirt. Fucking,
oh my God, you didn't like that shirt too?
No, I like the shirt. I genuinely like the shirt. I mean, it was a ripoff after like 3 other fucking people's shirts that's done that in the past of the Super Mario's 3. But that's fine, whatever. But no, you just can't buy the shirt. You got to buy an NFT to get the shirt.
Oh, that's bullshit.
Well, yeah, the NFT. Yeah, it's right now. It's the NFT. Which, to disclaimer, I know we talked about this on the preview. I did look up the Cena NFT. I couldn't afford it. So,
how much was it?
$20K.
Oh, that's $20,000 for a friggin' t-shirt? Because my wife even said, like, oh man, that's a cool t-shirt. I'm like, yeah, that's shit. I might have to actually pay WWE some money here right now. And then once I realized it's an NFT, I said, screw that. I'll gladly wait not even a week and I'll find it. I'll find a bootlegged version, which will be the same quality, if not better. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here with that stupid shirt, your stupid business practices, and your stupid writers, and your stupid owners. Just sell the company and be done with it. Thank you.
Okay.
I approve this message.
All right. Well, after the match, second big pay-per-view in the row, Roman Reigns gets interrupted by a surprise return. And I did not see this coming. I really didn't. Brock Lesnar. Eric, what did you think of Lesnar coming back?
Well, it was weird because I was watching this match and I was like, this reminds me of that SummerSlam where John Cena got like
16 suplexes.
Jobbered out to Brock Lesnar. And then to have Brock Lesnar show up at the end. I mean, I'm digging the look with the beard and the ponytail. I just don't care about this rivalry. I'd rather see Brock versus Bobby. Because because they kept showing us Lesnar Reigns for so long. I don't care if you flip the script and Reigns is the heel and Brock's the babyface. I watched it too many times. It's just they're okay together. I'd just rather see Bobby versus Brock now because that's a match we've never seen before.
No, Eric, that's a good point because I know they got a lot of people fed up that Brock came for that, and we're like, dude, where the fuck have you been? Like, we could have had Bobby and Brock at SummerSlam, but whatever. Justin, what'd you think of Lesnar coming back?
His ponytail was hilarious. Yeah, I dug it. I didn't see it coming. Everyone knows I love Brock Lesnar, especially when he doesn't hold the belt for ever and leaves and goes back to the compound. So yeah, I'm excited. Let's see if the year of Roman continues with being Brock Lesnar again.
Well, that's the group message went off because we all know how dangerous that man really is.
Oh yeah.
Byron.
I was actually excited for the first time in my life that Brock actually came back, which is weird because it's not that I don't like Brock. I just don't like him being a part-time champion. But like Eric said, I don't want to see Roman versus Brock for like the 18th time. I'd rather see Brock versus Bobby. But I like Brock's new look. Hopefully he keeps it and doesn't shave it and go back to old Brock. And it's actually going to be interesting to see him cut a promo without Paul Heyman. So that is one part that I'm looking forward to see, what kind of promo he cuts now, but I rather see Roman versus someone else.
So is no one else going to talk about the greatest magical trick that I've ever seen in my life? John Cena was there and then
what's that?
He was gone all of a sudden, got sacrificed to the wrestling gods, and all of a sudden Brock Lesnar shows up with a beard. Holy shit, Chris Angel outdid himself on this one. God damn. Talk about a magic trick.
Well, Cena got destroyed by Lesnar after
the cameras weren't there when I was watching. Like I didn't see John Cena. You can't see him. He got sacrificed to the wrestling gods. I mean, this is some Yu-Gi-Oh ass shit. Like, freaking Exodia just came out of nowhere. But hey, Bearded Brock is good. I like Bearded Brock. Reminds me of his old MMA days, so I'll take it. I mean, Brock Lesnar. What excites me is I think we're going to see a face Brock Lesnar. Face Brock Lesnar? I'll take it.
Yes.
I'm good with it. Let's see what happens.
Man.
But what actually made me really happy, this once again, you had Becky Lynch show up and you had Brock Lesnar and you had John Cena, Edge, and everyone else. And you know what? CM Punk still had the greatest pop of the weekend. With 20,000 people, they outdid 51. Goddamn good job, AEW. I'm done talking.
I mean, I don't think anyone was surprised that Punk had the loudest pop.
You had 30,000.
I know that's
right in his hometown.
But hold on, you know how the United Center is built, that they come like the sound goes like in like that. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying like it wasn't surprising.
Yeah, he hasn't been seen in 7 years. Well, not seen, but he hasn't been in a wrestling ring in 7 years. So, of course, casuals and everyone's going to pop in his hometown. But again, not denying that he had the greatest pop of the weekend.
I'm saying I don't think the pop would be as loud if it was in like Atlanta.
No. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree with you on that one.
All right. Well, so that was really. Go ahead.
Also, just really quickly, great job selling by Paul Heyman. Just his facial and then like when you thought Brock was gonna go after him just like, hightailing out, getting out of the ring, and then like him apologizing to Roman on the way up the ramp. I didn't know.
I feel bad for the Usos because they're about to get fucking killed.
Oh God.
Oh, man.
They're about to take some hits for that man.
F5s all around.
There's Jimmy's punishment for the DUI. Yeah, you're gonna get punched
they
by
need to
Brock
do Brock
Lesnar
Lesnar now, like they did Sting back in the day. Brock Lesnar just doesn't need to talk. He just needs to show up and just whoop everyone's ass. And
Yeah,
hopefully he wrestles longer than 5 minutes because that man can wrestle. He is not Goldberg. So that's what I hope.
Well,
No talking, longer matches, a good Brock Lesnar.
I think you have the main event for Survivor Series set up because I think this match is going to happen in Survivor Series. And then for a third straight big pay-per-view, Roman Reigns is going to get interrupted at the end by Dwayne. So, because it will be Dwayne's 25th anniversary at Survivor Series. So it'll be the third straight pay-per-view that he's been interrupted by Cena, Lesnar, and now Dwayne. There you go.
I think this is going to be the main event.
Absolutely
Crown
not.
Jewel,
Absolutely.
which I
Oh,
will-
fuck yeah. Blood Money's back, baby.
Absolutely
Let's
not.
go.
Not if they want The Rock to interrupt that. The Rock is not going to Saudi Arabia.
No, all they need to do is just do champion versus champion, Bobby versus Roman. Roman wins, and then or they could do something really cool and have Roman interrupt The Rock during like the Rock segment at the end of the show.
Yeah, blood money, but we'll see. We'll see. So final grades on SummerSlam. What do you, Byron? What do you get SummerSlam?
8 out of 10.
Eric,
7 out of 10.
Justin,
6.5.
Jacob.
4 out of 10.
I'm gonna go 6.5. So to go back to one of the points when we were talking about the 4 horsewomen, I want to read you the names of the women on the roster, and you tell me if you would take them or one of the 4 horsewomen in the Royal Rumble currently right now. So,
wow. All right.
Bro, they already have Bayley and Becky Lynch, the first 2 listed on SmackDown. So Bianca Belair.
Not after last night.
Yeah.
Nope.
Carmella.
Yep.
No.
Liv Morgan.
No.
Hell
Absolutely
no.
not.
And what? The Royal
Maybe.
Rumble?
What?
And winning. It's either the 4 horsewomen or one of these girls.
No.
Naomi.
No.
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 I'm not even this. Natalia said no.
No.
We're not
No.
even gonna. We're gonna.
She's
she
a
can't
dollar.
win. Shotzi Blackheart,
No.
No.
Sonya Deville,
No.
Tamina. What?
Yes.
Hell no.
Fucking
Oh my
Tamina.
God.
She's gonna murder everyone.
I mean, nobody's meaner.
Tegan Knox,
No.
Tony Storm,
No.
Selena. Jesus.
I forgot she was
Selena
on
Vega,
SmackDown.
Alexa Bliss,
No.
Oh, no.
No. No.
Alea.
No.
No.
Yep.
I
No.
don't know who that is. So no.
I'm not even. I won't count this one because this one's actually proven it. The next on the list was Asuka, but she's actually proven it. Dana Brooke,
No.
Absolutely not.
Dewdrop,
No.
Eva
Hyper Niven
Marie,
and no.
Vince
not
Vince
one of
Lawrence?
those four. Lacey Evans,
No.
Ooh.
before she got pregnant. But
He was going to win the.
that's true. When you ruin all the plans, you get fucked.
Maybe
That's
maybe-
true.
Her
She
boyfriend
gets a
Ric
maybe.
Flair isn't
Maybe.
there
I
anymore.
heard Justin a
Yeah.
maybe.
She gets a maybe.
Yeah, I would say
I
she's
thought that
a
was
she's a
Gail
maybe.
Kim. I thought they had
Yeah.
her name. I was like, she ain't on the roster. Mia Yim,
No.
Nia Jax,
No.
No.
Nikki. Well, that's
Maybe.
after
Maybe.
yesterday. Nikki Cross, Rhea Ripley.
No.
No.
I think she's done.
Maybe.
You
Maybe.
can't lose to Charlotte at two wrestles like back to back at your biggest pay per views and keep going. Oh no! So what's going to happen? Rhea's going to come out on Monday saying, "I wasn't the one who tapped. I want a rematch." It's been
Keep
a
the
whole
round
year.
robin going.
Shayna Bates and last one on the women's roster, Shayna Bates.
Jesus.
That's the
No.
that's the women's roster
No.
right now.
No.
No, that I'm literally on the
Are we
drive
forgetting someone?
right now.
I had three.
That's the roster.
Jesus. WWE.
I had three
Amazing.
maybes.
I had a maybe and a yes. Nia Jax is related to The Rock.
Well, if you're using that logic, why isn't Naomi? Yes,
That's
because she's
true.
married into the family.
Because they don't
Or
fuck with her.
Tamina.
That's
She,
why.
but damn, Byron, she's not blood. She's not.
Right. She's
Whoa.
not pure blood.
I mean,
She's not.
you can date someone and get a push. Shout out to the Bella twins.
No,
Shout out
talent's
to
not a
AJ
sexually
Lee.
transmitted disease. This is sad.
AJ Lee would be yes, by the way.
She ain't coming back. To
She
that
said
shit.
come back.
Fuck no.
I know she's not.
What were you about to say, Byron?
Why is the women's division trash now?
I don't know.
Well, if
What's
you're
the
top
best? And
heavy, I
then-
mean, you're literally top heavy.
Yes. So I'm not counting top heavy because we all know that they're talented.
And
women.
Asuka.
Outside of the four horsewomen and Asuka.
because they don't know how to do stories that doesn't involve the title. That's it.
You know, I actually was thinking about that. Like, they don't have any real rivalries outside of the titles. And I
The
think
best one
that's-
they had was Mandy and Sonya with the Otis shit. And yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That was a good,
yeah, and then
great.
that
Yeah.
stalker had to ruin everything.
That's true. Yeah. I want more out of the women's division. Like, they had this whole women's revolution and it was great while it lasted, but I think they just relied too heavily on the four horsewomen. They pushed
To the
them
moon.
to the moon. And I think they just need another women's revolution. Just
Oh, their life will be injected when maybe the other person who I think wins the 2022 Royal Rumble comes in at number 30 and fucking judo throws everyone out. Shout out to Ronda Rousey. Putting that out there right now already.
Let's go.
Do you know how much
No,
fans, money matters. Money comes in, point blank, period.
do we know how far
That is
along
also
she
true. I actually do
is?
not. But
That's
honestly,
also
Becky
true.
could have came back months ago.
Right. This is also true. Well, here's the thing: if she's like 6 months, so maybe 3
Maybe,
months
yeah.
away, maybe. But if we're like she's still like
That's
In the middle
true.
of the
That's a good
second-
point. I
no,
haven't checked how
she's
far
not
along
coming
she
back.
actually is. But if she,
I would. This is gonna sound petty as fuck, but I don't care.
Go on.
I would only want Ronda to come back so Becky could beat her.
Fair enough.
Because we never got that singles one-on-one match.
Here's the deal. Everyone's forgetting one other person who's not fully developed. No, we're not. No, not take her plug out of this one. But she's not developed yet. And that's The Rock's daughter. Because as soon as she comes up, man, the 4 horsewomen going to be on their heels, minus Charlotte. I mean,
the fourth generation.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as she comes in, trust me, I'm not even going to like her. I already know I'm not going to fucking like her. She'll come in, fucking dominate, and that's going to be the storylines for 5 years straight.
Justin, is Charlotte going to have one more title reign this year? Is she going to lose the title and get it back in 2021?
Jesus Christ. I love the girl, but please don't do that.
That'd be 13.
I think she's going to hold it until the Rumble.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to say yes because they did it with. Remember that time when Sasha and Charlotte passed the belt around for like 4 weeks straight? Shit, why not give Sasha? Fuck it. Oh, sure.
All right, so can we also talk about the absolute debacle that was Allegiant Stadium last night? What a shit show!
Oh yeah, that was a shit show.
For those who
they have their system, like concession stand systems went down, so they're just giving away free food.
It's a cashless stadium, and then their whole thing went down, and then I guess their pop machine went down too.
I mean, y'all gotta understand though, that was the first event with people that stadium had. So like they didn't have any like Raiders like preseason games or like work out the kinks or nothing. So like that was their first event.
That is true.
Like,
that is true.
People with a
Still,
full house.
How do you fuck that up though? You have a massive show. How do you fuck that up?
The same way that Peacock fucked up Money in the Bank.
I don't forgive them for that either.
Yeah.
Also, ever was running the lights at the fucking show? Good God. You should have put a fucking seizure warning on the fucking Peacock because holy shit, anytime there's a fucking entrance, I felt like I was in a fucking rave getting fucking strobe lighted the whole fucking time. Holy shit. That was terrible.
No. My biggest issue from last night was there's always those camera angles like here's the shot and then like the camera will go.
Yeah, it was a shit show.
Like, and that happened at least 3-4 times, and I was like, "Did that cameraman just like die or something?" Like, he got shot. Like, whoa!
Also, another weird thing that I just thought of: what the hell was happening with Rick Boogs and Shinsuke Nakamura? Like,
it was a waste.
They just want to come out and party with Pat McAfee.
I thought that was hilarious.
That was the time originally slotted. I thought it was hilarious because I love Pat McAfee. He's great. But it was originally time allotted for the SmackDown Women's Championship.
Yeah, but that is what it is. So, what's our closing remarks? Justin, go ahead, man. Last thing before we close this SummerSlam pod.
Yeah, SummerSlam was fun, even though there was some bullshit that happened. The returns kind of, we got shit to look forward to. NXT's tonight. They always do a better show, so looking forward to the night.
The last takeover that we know of NXT as we know it.
We'll cross that bridge on the podcast when we get there. Eric, go ahead, man. Closing remarks.
This was a weird SummerSlam for me. It was so uneven, I would say is the best way to describe it, because there was a lot of highs, but there's an equal amount of lows. There was no real consistency throughout the show. It was just weird because they were excited to do the show and you figured they'd bring their A game, and instead they brought their like C plus B minus game.
Byron,
welcome back, Becky Lynch.
You wanted it so much. You wished it into reality.
Overrated.
Be careful what you wish for.
I feel like all right, Justin, this is my time now.
I'm just letting you know.
I mean, I'm just.
Do I need to go over?
Oh, we can do that after
top 10
Jacob's
list.
one. That's true. Go ahead.
But yeah, welcome back, Becky Lynch. WWE, fix your fucking women's division.
Jacob.
This pay-per-view sucked. This company sucks. Just being completely real. I honestly, I might just have to become like the straight AEW, like Ring of Honor guy at this point, because this product is fucking terrible. This is horrible. But goddamn, the cojones on Vince McMahon for selling a fucking t-shirt of himself for $100 at the merch table. God damn, sir. You have fired half your fucking roster. You have pissed off everybody, and then you're still demanding people to pay $100 for a fucking t-shirt of yourself. I'm actually kind of like impressed by that. Like, I can't even be that mad about it. Like, what a fucking power move there. But no, like, this is terrible. This is shit. That's it. I'm done.
Eric,
Goodbye.
go ahead and do your top 10 because we did say we wanted to hear it before I do my final points.
All right.
Just
You want me to
quickly as
start from
you
10
can.
and go up? All right. Number
Okay.
10, Mickie James.
Okay.
Okay.
Number 9, Bailey.
Okay.
Number 8, Beth Phoenix. Number 7, Becky Lynch. Number
Okay.
6, Sasha. Number 5, China. Number 4, Big Match, Charlotte Flair.
Queen, damn it.
4?
The Queen. Number 3, Asuka. Number 2, Lita. And of course, number 1, and everyone's number 1. It's
You
gotta
had
be
Charlotte at 4?
Trish Stratus.
3.
Yeah. No, 4.
Oh, that's my bad.
I had Asuka above her.
I mean, I agree.
Fair enough.
You know what?
All right. Well,
Not a
fair
bad
enough.
list.
WWE's.
Jesus.
That's well.
I still contend they made that list so bad just to get people like us talking.
Let me see. Nope, because we.
Yes.
Nope. I'm gonna do my.
Any
Here
news?
we be here another fucking hour if I go back on that damn episode. There's already an episode about me bitch about that list. Check it out. But anyway, SummerSlam. All I want to say is when WWE is making shit products, honestly, just do the pro wrestling score sheet with your friend group. That instantly makes shit products better. Byron can attest to it. Justin can, because you're actually looking at a sheet, trying to like win something. So it makes it a lot better. So shout out to pro wrestling scorecards for making any wrestling party fun. But besides all that, also you want to talk about Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon said, fuck Manny Pacquiao, because that shit was supposed to be over by 11 o'clock so that people could
It was not.
and that shit was till midnight. So he said, fuck y'all. I'm going. Y'all can wait for me. And I guess he knew something. He knew something was in the air because Manny Pacquiao fucking lost to the replacement. So, whatever. NXT TakeOver tonight, 8 o'clock. I'm excited to see Samoa Joe wrestle for a while. We'll be reviewing that. SummerSlam did what it needed to do. Brock, Becky, they're back. Punk's back in AEW. Monday. Can't wait to see how many people are pissed at the 12th Charlotte Flair Championship segment at 9:15 p.m. on Monday Night Raw. Because that's
9 o'clock, not 9:15.
She might start the show.
Shit, she might start the show.
Bobby's going to end the show, and then the new number one contender is going to beat him up. Attempt to.
You want to take bets on who that's going to be?
Gage Goldberg.
Actually, I don't know. That's a whole other podcast because the men Loki suck too. But
Raw's so bad. I've been boycotting Raw for a minute now.
well, Raw, they need to step it up. Monday night.
I am grateful. I have D&D on Monday night, so I can miss
Well, the
it.
thing
I
is,
have
we
a
play
built-in
you-
excuse
I'm normally
to miss it.
editing something,
Yeah,
so
we play Yu-Gi-Oh on Monday, and typically we have it on as the background. But Monday Night Football's coming back, so well, they're going to be in a problem. And USA is getting mad at Raw because they're releasing all these fucking people, not telling them. So, no, that's another thing. But great episode, y'all. This is the L7C podcast, SummerSlam review. Y'all take care.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the L7C podcast. Be sure to like, rate, review, and subscribe to the channel. Follow us on all social media platforms, and we'll be talking to you guys soon. Take care.